How would you like to be able to read other people's minds? Well, the next best thing is here. When you know how to read a person's name, you know how the person thinks, feels, and behaves. Each letter in our name holds a key to unlock our true essence. Our name contains both our gifts and challenges in this lifetime. Mnemology science discovers personality secrets hidden in the placement of the letters of our names, including the first and last impression people remember about us. Sharon shows us how to interpret the arrangement of letters as outlined in her book, Know the Name, Know the Person. Sharon Lynn Wyeth created mnemology science after 18 years of research and testing her theories, and has supported thousands of people around the world in understanding themselves and others better. You'll enjoy Sharon's unique teachings as she shares her system to learn the gifts behind your given birth name. Even if you don't like your birth name, there are jewels in this book. If you're thinking of changing your name, ready to name your child, or wanting to get along better with others, this is the book for you. If you'd like to improve your relationships and change your life for the better, get the book today, Know the Name, Know the Person, or visit www.knowthename.com. That's www.knowthename.com. If you are looking for a safe, zero-calorie, natural option to the harmful artificial sweeteners on the market today, Just Like Sugar is what you're looking for. Just Like Sugar is a wonderful natural alternative for those health-conscious people who choose a calorie-restricted diet with a great, pure, sweet flavor that tastes just like sugar. Just Like Sugar is a great natural option for people suffering from diabetes and may be useful in restricted diet programs where standard sugars are not allowed and does not cause a laxative effect of some other sweeteners. Just Like Sugar comprises a perfect blend of chicory root fiber, natural calcium, natural vitamin C, and Just Like Sugar's sweetness comes from the natural flavors from the peel of the orange. Just Like Sugar is a natural alternative to harmful artificial sweeteners and will change the way that you believe all natural sweetener products taste. Just Like Sugar is available at your local Whole Foods markets, Wild Oats markets, Henry's, Sun Harvest, and many other fine natural food stores in the U.S., Canada, and worldwide.
Welcome to the Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy and Thomas. Thank you for joining us today. We've got a really fun episode coming up today. We've got a topic that we're excited to share with you today. We're actually just giggling about it right now because we're going to be talking about delegation. Who doesn't want to delegate more work to other people?
You know what, Thomas? That has got to be the toughest thing to teach anybody to do.
Listen, you know what's funny? My entire life I've heard, you have to work hard, you have to work hard. And then I see these really successful people. Most of the time they're working hard at delegating to other people for them to work hard as well. It's obviously very, very important.
Well, you know what? Since you are a classically trained opera singer and been in front of those guys with their little wand, that's really a magic wand, because that's kind of what delegation is all about.
Absolutely. You want to talk about delegating and being expert in being excellent in multiple fields, but really excelling in your one. Well, there's going to be a lot of talk about that today.
Yes. In fact, once you learn how to delegate and do it properly, you're never going to go back, because it's so much easier to get a lot done when you've learned how to be a delegator.
And this really applies to small businesses, new businesses, entrepreneurs. For any of you out there who've read the book, The E-Myth Revisited, the subtitle, that's Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. It's by Michael Gerber. And that entrepreneurial myth that he talks about is the myth that most people who start small businesses are entrepreneurs. And the second part of it is that the fatal assumption that an individual who understands the technical work of a business can successfully run a business that does that technical work. That really says a lot about how important it is to not just be good in your field, but to be great at business if you're planning on having a business in your field. There's only one way that you can do that. You can't do everything yourself. Is that right, Cindy? Or can you? Can you do everything yourself?
You can, if you don't ever want to eat or sleep again.
If you want to spend every waking moment of your life working, then yes, I guess it is possible.
Well, if you listen in to the fourth segment today, you're going to learn how I was able to manage over 200 people. Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's a serious.
And I live to tell about it.
I was gonna say that's a serious group of people. It's a large number of people, and certainly that's got to be a huge challenge.
Well, and here's the secret. I did it well enough to earn 3 different awards in one year, big awards, out of 100 other people doing the same work in different locations I was doing. And I had probably the least amount of experience of those other 100 people. But you see, the difference is I knew how to delegate. And I'm going to share secrets with you in the fourth segment today.
Yeah, and a little bit later on, we're going to be hearing from Meredith Allen Gordon, who is our guest today. We're really happy to have her on. She is the owner of Biz Support Pros at bizsupportpros.com. She's going to be talking to us about how she can help you save time, make more money on your business activities that you need to get done, and especially the ones that you don't even know you need to be getting done, which is where I still am some days. And there's still days where I find out, oh, wait, I'm supposed to be doing that too? Wait, throw that on the list too. I had no idea.
Okay, so I'll stop texting, okay?
Yeah, I was talking about you, of course.
I know, but here's the deal with Meredith. I was almost afraid to share her on our show today. And here's why. Because I am so impressed with this woman. And Thomas, that isn't easy to do. But I'm so impressed with her that I hired her for our business.
Listen, that's the best news that I have heard all day by far. No, I was so happy to hear that, actually. It was amazing, because that's the thing. You have to have time to focus on doing what you do best. And honestly, like me personally, I'm not the greatest person when it comes to accounting. I'm not the greatest person when it comes to a lot of office work. I'm just not great at that. That's not where my strengths are. I mean, Cindy, you know that about me. Come on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you're good at a lot of things, then you want to do them all yourself, and then you don't get the important things done. So that's another one of the secrets that you'll learn in fourth segment on how to be a master delegator.
Yeah, you know what? That's a very great piece of advice. You definitely want to spend your time doing what you're best at, or the things that you do best. I remember there was this famous voice teacher that one of my friends studied with. She was out of Arkansas. That's where she had retired after she sung at the Metropolitan Opera. And I was at a master class of hers, and she was saying to one of the students, hey, why do you keep working on this particular thing? This isn't what you do best. And the student said, hey, you know what? Well, that's why I'm working on it, because I'm not really strong in that. So I'm putting my effort into it. And she looked at the student and said, listen, you need to put your effort into what you're good at. Don't worry about the things that you're not great at. He's like, sure, you can bring those up, but put the bulk of your efforts in what you do best. And again, now, while you can't delegate singing like that, which would be awesome if you could, you can certainly learn from that example and definitely delegate the parts of your business. And we'll talk about this later as well, the parts of your life that are not the strongest things that you do.
Well, and what I've learned is if there's something that you have to do and you're the one that has to do it, but you're not very good at it, what you do is you focus on that and learn how to do it. And, bright people can do about anything they set their mind to. That's one of my mantras, Thomas. And what business owners and entrepreneurs need to be focusing on is money-making activities.
Yes, very true. And the other thing and it's mentioned in the E-Myth as well, and this is what we're going to talk about a little bit today. The idea is that when you're starting a small business, you don't always start off with the most systematized ways of doing things. And when you don't have everything set up as a system, it's hard to replicate, and you find yourself spending your time, effort, and energy doing things more than once.
Yes.
Which is obviously, a kind of a waste of energy and a waste of time that you could not only be using to do more in your business, but to actually get some rest, have some R&R time, spend time with your family, spend time with loved ones, have fun with friends, and basically rejuvenate and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
There's a lot to be said about taking breaks and rejuvenating, but the secret here is you must know yourself well enough to know what that means for you. Now, some people, they need to have like a 10-day cruise because they're so stressed out at work. And I found that, my husband and I went on a 14-day cruise, and that was just too much time. too many rum and cokes.
Did you find that once you had stepped away from working consistently, constantly, that it was kind of hard to get back to working at that same level and intensity?
Well, it's always hard to jump back on that merry-go-round, but my secret for that one too is that I work when I'm on vacation and I take a lot of heat for that. But the difference is with me is I love what I do and it's not work. So people who have an issue with others working need to understand that. If you love what you do, then it's really not work and you have an enjoyment level around that work. I wish there was a new word for it. Thomas, let's make up a new word.
Instead of
For
work,
when you enjoy work, call it something else
just
so
call
that
it
people,
fun. Having
yeah,
fun. One of my good
yeah.
friends says that you'll meet him the next time you come to Vegas, Cindy. But he's working 24/7. He really is. He is so highly motivated. He and his girlfriend, they own a restaurant together and a bunch of other businesses. And whenever I see him, we hang out, which is not often enough. But he's always busy working, and he and his girlfriend actually turn their fun activities into money making activities. So even the things that they do for fun, they're still generating revenue and they love it. It's like a part of what they love doing. And it just cracks me up. It just makes me
It's
laugh.
it's endorphinal, I'll tell you. It is endorphinal when you are having a passionate business that you absolutely adore working in. You get endorphins from doing that work. I mean, after 12 books, I can tell you, writing a book is not work for me. It's a great activity. And got to come up with a new interesting word that people understand when you say, in fact, I'm going away for a holiday for a few days and I was instructed by friends that I'm not allowed to work. So I'm gonna sneak in my bag.
You are. Of course you are.
I hope they're not listening. I'm gonna sneak in my bag and hide it under the bed. And because my first book, I got up at 4 and 5 in the morning to finish that book before everybody got up. So they're kind of already on to me, but I'll find a way.
Absolutely. And so, Cindy, when you come to Vegas, I want to make sure that you have a chance to meet Mo, who's my good friend. Mo, I know you're listening to the show this week. And thank you for being an inspiration and for showing me that some people can just really work 24 hours a day and love it. So
So when I when when
it's
I meet
awesome.
Mo, I'm going to ask him to help me come up with a word for people like us that love what we're doing and we don't want to call it work because it really isn't.
Seriously. The other thing that really comes to mind today, we're going to be talking to Meredith Gordon in the next segment. We're going to be talking about that idea of making what you do something that you can turn over to someone else. I mean, Cindy, until you get to that point where you can take the work that you do and have someone else do it for you, you're really creating an extra, bigger, more high-paying job for yourself.
Exactly, exactly. And I am so thrilled to bring Meredith today to our listeners because it's really challenging to find someone who's smart and who thinks outside the box and works really fast. And she's all that and so much more. And you are going to love getting to know her.
Yeah, listen, she has more credentials to back up her business than any 10 people that I know of, as well as an energy level to match it. And she's a lot of fun and she's highly creative and she's just an amazing person. I've loved getting to know her and she's done amazing work. And there's so much more to hear from her today. She is the owner of Biz Support Pros at bizsupportpros.com. So stick around. When we come back in a couple minutes, you'll be hearing from Meredith Allen Gordon on the Imagine More Success radio show. And when you have a chance, you can check us out also at imaginemoresuccess.com, as well as our website, findhiddenmoney.com, where you can learn how to make more money in your business and in your life. Please stick around. How would your life change if you could develop the business and personal skills that you need in order to make more money? Do you want to learn how to achieve your big life goals faster? Then go to findhiddenmoney.com and get the Goal for It online course. The course teaches you how you can set and achieve your biggest goals while completely overcoming the roadblocks to your goals so that you can realize your dreams and imagine more success. Go to findhiddenmoney.com.
Memorable dynamic presentations are a not-so-secret weapon in the business world. Do you have a powerful message that must be shared, but you haven't found a way to deliver that message? Do you want to be known as a top public speaker who gets amazing results? Are you ready to create and deliver your powerful message? Thomas Hides can help you create and deliver your speech to get the results you desire. Visit iconquality.com.
Did you expect your business to flourish, but instead it plateaued or didn't get off the ground yet? Would you like to achieve massive goals and discover new sources of income within your business? When you're ready to experience that type of success with fast results, Cindy Hendricks is the business coach for you. Her work with entrepreneurs and business owners has been life-changing. To get you and your business where you want to be, go to imaginemoresuccess.com.
Has the fear of public speaking stalled your business or personal life? What would you give to develop and maintain supreme confidence? Have an invaluable private program to always perform at your best. Imagine how you would feel. You can have all that and so much more today with Thomas Hides' life-changing course called Number One Fear Unleashed. Visit numberonefear.com and be liberated from your fear of public speaking.
Welcome back to the Imagine More Success radio show. We are really happy to have you here today. It's Cindy and Thomas, and today we're bringing on Meredith Allen Gordon. She is the owner at bizsupportpros.com, and she's here to enlighten you with some really fun information about how you can take your business from just being, say, a little scattered and hard to deal with into a well-oiled machine. Meredith, welcome to the show.
Well, hello.
Hey, Meredith.
Hey.
So Meredith, you've done a lot of great work with a lot of clients. Take a moment and tell us a story about how you helped one of your clients and tell us your $1 million story.
Oh, the $1 million story. I had a client where they needed to revamp their entire travel and expense management system. They had a lot of technicians that traveled not only domestically, but internationally, as well as executive teams that traveled globally for their business. I was brought in to work with the executive director for human resources to revamp all of that. Now, this was a Japanese company that operates here in the US. And for any of those in corporate America who know that a presentation to a Japanese executive C office is daunting at best, but also to get a first round approval is nearly impossible, and we were able to do that. And in order to do that, we had to do full proof of concepts, full proof of vendor management, working side by side with the corporate and international auditors, as well as the CFO and the accounting teams to all be able to get initial buy-in on bringing their expense management under control. Because in tight times, the first thing that goes in a business is your travel and expense.
Exactly.
Your travel stops, your entertainment parts of it stops, your training your people stops. So the best way a company can resolve a lot of those issues and kind of maintain your ability to continue traveling and continuing to do your business is to have strong foundation of your travel and expense management system. So we brought the company from paper, literally paper, to a fully automated system to where there were already systems in check, and it would pass the test of not only U.S. regulators, but Japanese regulators and other international regulators that have a say in the operations of this business. And in doing so, we presented the entire program once. It was accepted right then and there. And within their first year, they saved $1 million in just travel expenses alone.
Wow. Okay, that is incredible. I mean, that's amazing results. And, when I hear a story like that where you actually got the job to do that on the first outing. That just tells me that there's a level of uh, completed work and thoroughness that is absolutely necessary when you're in this type of business.
Absolutely.
Well, I can't imagine how thrilled they were with your work to save them that kind of money. You should have charged them a percentage.
No, I was brought in as a consultant contractor to do this, and the executive director was absolutely wonderful to work with. She now has her own HR consulting firm, and has since left that company herself because we had such great success at that kind of motivated her to spread her wings and fly as well. And but to do that kind of successful business integration and systems management and accounting management, it took a lot of coordination, a lot of delegation, a lot of being able to talk to people to understand what it is that the end goal needed to be. Because if we didn't understand what the end goal was, then how do you move forward to that? So once we understood what the true end goal was and what was needed, then we built towards that. And we built it in the most effective, efficient, and fastest way we could, because from the inception to execution was only 9 months.
Wow. Meredith, this is the thing. With your level of experience and also your level of knowledge, which we're going to get to a little bit later, you are able to help the small business owner ask by helping them to figure out which questions they need to ask that they don't even know that they need to ask. I mean, that's something that's happened just this week.
Yes, that has happened this week.
That happened this week just with me.
Fast.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, and that's incredible, especially, when you're starting off, it can be a little daunting, and especially if you find yourself feeling like you're a small fish in a very big pond when you're just beginning. You definitely need someone who's already been there and worked with the big fish to help you, like I said, ask the questions you don't even know you should be asking.
Well, and there's something to be said for the blind spots too, because when you're in your own business, you're so focused on key parts of the business just to keep your head above water that you don't even know to look for the blind spots. Whereas you bring somebody in, then they can see them and then help write the action plan and the proposal to get it working correctly.
Correct. And another example of things is about, the blind spots is when you're looking at a document, a process, a procedure, to have that second set of eyes or that third party set of eyes who is not attached to the business, that doesn't have that everyday blood, sweat, and tears into it, is able to see what is going on and to see, you want to get to, the end of the rainbow. Well, how do you get to that end of the rainbow? Well, you need to get on the rainbow and walk over it. Well, if your flow and your business flow does not show that and streamline that, you're going to be spinning your wheels at the bottom wondering, why did I not get to the other side of the rainbow? Well, in order to do that, you sometimes need that third party person, which is exactly what I've done for many years, for many organizations, and for many small businesses as well, is to be able to go in and look and see what the systems are, what the processes are, what needs to be done, and be able to quickly ascertain that business need, so that the business owners or business teams or whatever can focus on what they do best and let somebody else who has that expertise to get that stuff done, get it done for you. Because, not everybody's good at cold calling. I can spend a whole day cold calling if I had to. That doesn't mean I'm great at it, but it means I have the time, the ambition, and the energy to be able to sit and cold call for an hour and get through as many calls that need to be done for you. And most people hate cold calling. Seriously.
Most people do hate that. That is very, very true.
I
That's just an
know.
example.
And
That's just
Meredith,
an
you can talk to anybody, and I can't imagine that you would be bored with that because I've seen you work and you are amazing.
Why, thank you. But no, it's those are the types of things that need to be done that small businesses don't have the time, the energy, or the resources to do when they just really need somebody to come in for an hour and do it and get it done and get some kind of results, because let's say you have a lead source coming in and you need to test it out and you don't know for sure if the leads you're getting are garbage or are they effective leads for your business. Well, the only way you can do that is if you sit down and cold call and do what needs to be done with those leads. And if you don't know how to do that, or if you don't have the team that has that expertise to be able to do it, then it's just throwing good money after good money at a bad idea or a bad process. So, and our goal is to make sure that you're putting money where it needs to go in a most cost-effective manner.
And tell us a little bit about just a handful of the services that you offer businesses.
Well, we have a wide umbrella of a vast services we offer. So one of the offers is editing. So if you have a policy, a procedure manual, or you need a big presentation to be done, always having a third person look at it, we do that kind of stuff. We review it, we look at it, we run through your presentation to make sure it's going to be the most effective for what your end goal is. We offer insurance review processes with fully licensed insurance agents in which, whether for your business, for your home, for your personal, whatever, we have the ability to look at your policies, especially commercial policies, because those are so convoluted and complicated, to be able to review that and give you feedback on where your gaps are in your insurance. And so you can go back to your agent of choice and be able to have a educated conversation to find out where your gaps are for your risk mitigation. Another piece is real estate as well. We have a full team of licensed realtors with referrals nationwide that can help you with real estate issues, questions, valuations. We also have social media content assistance, where we can either help you with the social media placement, ads, stuff like that, or just having somebody to come in and help you schedule everything, getting all your content ready to go. You may have that, but you don't know how to do it or when to do it. When's the best time to do it? How often? How frequent?
And Meredith, we're going to hold on to you right there because
Yep.
we're going to come back in just a moment. In the next segment, we're going to hear more from Meredith Allen Gordon, how she can help your business go to the next level. How would your life change if you could develop the business and personal skills that you need in order to make more money? Do you want to learn how to achieve your big life goals faster? Then go to findhiddenmoney.com and get the Goal for It online course. The course teaches you how you can set and achieve your biggest goals while completely overcoming the roadblocks to your goals so that you can realize your dreams and imagine more success. Go to findhiddenmoney.com.
Memorable dynamic presentations are a not-so-secret weapon in the business world. Do you have a powerful message that must be shared, but you haven't found a way to deliver that message? Do you want to be known as a top public speaker who gets amazing results? Are you ready to create and deliver your powerful message? Thomas Hides can help you create and deliver your speech to get the results you desire. Visit iconquality.com.
Did you expect your business to flourish, but instead it plateaued or didn't get off the ground yet? Would you like to achieve massive goals and discover new sources of income within your business? When you're ready to experience that type of success with fast results, Cindy Hendricks is the business coach for you. Her work with entrepreneurs and business owners has been life-changing. To get you and your business where you want to be, go to imaginemoresuccess.com.
Has the fear of public speaking stalled your business or personal life? What would you give to develop and maintain supreme confidence? Have an invaluable private program to always perform at your best. Imagine how you would feel. You can have all that and so much more today with Thomas Hyde's life-changing course called Number One Fear Unleashed. Visit numberonefear.com and be liberated from your fear of public speaking.
You're back on the Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy and Thomas. Today we've got Meredith Allen Gordon on with us from bizsupportpros.com. She's been enlightening us on all the amazing services that she offers to clients to help them take their business to the next level. In the previous segment, we were talking about how important it is to actually systematize all the parts of your business. Is that something that you do for people as well?
Yes, we can do that as well. We can take your paper pencil and bring it into the 21st century and systematize everything. I've done for several businesses through the years, and having a system, having a workflow, having either automation, semi-automation, it is critical to your company, no matter what size business you are.
Is it even more critical the smaller the business is?
Yes, because even if you're a small business owner and you are the only person in your business, having systems automated for you and utilizing technology that is either free or relatively inexpensive is critical to help your business grow. Because if you're spending too much time doing frivolous things, you're not focusing on your money-making tasks.
Well, I can tell you one of the best reasons to hire Meredith is to be able to find out all the choices that are out there for technology. My gosh, I was talking to some friends about something for project management, and I was shocked at all the new stuff that's out there. My goodness, there's so much.
Yes. There is. There's a lot. There's so much, and it's all specialized too. You can either have general or specialized for your field. And that has been the beauty of technology and system automation, is that you can either have it real general or highly specialized, and we can help you find that process and those platforms for you.
But see, the problem that I see is that most business owners are so busy, they don't have the time to find the things that you offer. And that's why it is so critical to have your support team. And in our courses that Thomas and I offer, that's one of the major courses that we offer is we call it your A team. And Meredith is one of those fantastic people that's on our A team, and you might want to check out her website to see if she will fit in your A team.
Absolutely.
You know, Meredith, I wanted to take a moment also just to tell the audience a little bit about your background, because you've got some amazing academic credentials in addition to already having these amazing results for clients in your business.
Yes, I have a bachelor's in business administration, and then later on I went and did a master's of science in information systems technology management. And then later on, I even continued my MBA with the sole focus on small business and startup technology. So,
I mean, you've put a vast majority of your life into developing the skill sets, the knowledge, and the connections as well to be able to assist small businesses in this very way. So, I mean, I just want to reiterate that there's so much information, it can almost be overwhelming, and to have someone like you on the team is just incredible.
Well, thank you. And every business needs to have a go-to person for something, whether it's a phone system, whether it's your internet service providers, your alarm systems for your business or your home or whatever. Everybody needs to have those people and vendors in place. And part of our biggest service is all of that vendor coordination and business coordination to help relieve that pressure off the business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because one thing you can't get back is the time. You have
Absolutely.
time is the one limited resource.
And unfortunately, we can't buy anymore for ourselves. So the secret here is to buy some from someone like Meredith. So, Meredith, speaking of that, how can people connect with you? And I'm so excited that you're offering a free get together. So, tell our listeners about that.
Yes, I'm offering a free 30-minute consultation for any and all business members and owners that really need to figure out where they need the help and what it is they can do to make their business streamlined, better functioning, better processes, all that good stuff that makes a business move forward and continue to grow and make more money for themselves. You can reach me at helpmybiz, HELPMYBIZ, at bizsupportpros.com, BIZ support, SUPPORT,
That's fantastic. Meredith, another question for you. What's the one thing that you see that small businesses kind of stumble with after they've been, say, open and running for about a year, 2 years?
Not knowing how to leverage their technology and make it work for them as opposed to them working for the technology.
Oh,
We have a lot of platforms and a lot of tools that are out there, but there's not enough time and onboarding processes for the technology. And is the technology they're using the right platform for them? Because they may have been sold by a great salesperson on all these bells and whistles that they don't need, and they're spending money on add-ons that they don't need, they're not going to need. So having a third person to be able to come in and look at that and evaluate that for them is huge.
and let's say that we take a look at like business management. How would you say the percentages have changed over even the last 10 years, as like how much technology is involved in business management now compared to it was even 10 years ago?
Well, 10 years ago, a lot of, 15, 20 years ago, there was more emerging markets happening and a lot of technology happened really fast. So it took time for a lot of businesses to gravitate towards bringing technology into their businesses. Now, businesses starting up absolutely need, so I would say 90% of your business is technology based, no matter what your platform is or what your business
Wow.
is, as opposed to 10, 15 years ago where it may have been 20 or 30%.
Well, I didn't think about it like that. I think of it as being as much as 90%, but I can completely see that. And as I'm thinking about my own processes, everything that I do, except for one-on-one, coaching, and even that, even half of that is actually over the computer, over a webinar platform. So, you're right. There's an interaction on nearly every single thing that we do these days with technology outside of really just one-on-ones.
Correct. And if you don't know how to leverage that, or you don't know what it is you need or how to use it, then, like I said, you're throwing good money out the window when that money could be used to reinvesting in inventory, product line, advertising, stuff that's going to make you more money, as opposed to wasting time and energy on trying to figure out what's going to be the best for you if you don't know what that is, because you don't know what you don't know.
The biggest loss for a business owner or an entrepreneur is the time lost of
Correct.
the business owner because they couldn't maximize their revenue.
That's
That's
absolutely true.
that's the biggest loss. So you got to be able to know what there is to help you in your business because, as Meredith said, that it's all almost how did you say it? That it's all set up for individual business types now.
Correct. So
So
industry types.
thank you.
Insurance. Insurance is even highly specialized. Real estate is highly specialized. Social, jewelry industry and fashion industry. Everything has its own niche markets and is all highly specialized. So within those industries, or any and all industries, there's specialized technology platforms. And as a small business just starting up, do you technically need that initially? Well, maybe not. It just depends on the business. So, and the best way to do that is to have a conversation with somebody who knows what's going to work for their business and not work for their business, and be able to save them time and money and resources to get through everything that's out there, because it's overwhelming.
And that's funny. If you stop and you take a look at, and I'm speaking from my own personal experience, it'll take me a week sometimes to get used to a new telephone when I upgrade my cell phone. So I can only imagine, when you take that same approach to trying to integrate new software into your business, sometimes it is a massive time and energy drain. And then especially when you find out that you weren't using the right one, and I've had that experience myself, not using the right one. It wasn't until I was able to get some assistance from someone else to find out which one was correct for me, that I was able to really move forward quickly. And boy, did I waste a lot of time and money.
Right.
So
And
Meredith, what if you had one tip to give to business owners listening with us today that would help them in their business, one technology piece, besides the obvious computer or smartphone, what would you tell them to take a look at that would be helpful?
For small business owners, a mileage and expense management tracking software system, something
Perfect.
like
Perfect. We have to get on to our next segment. So Thomas will take us out,
thank
and then
you
we can
so much.
continue on.
Yes.
Meredith, thank you so very much for joining us today. It was a pleasure. If you want to hear more about her business, check her out at bizsupportpros.com. If you want to have a free 30-minute consultation with Meredith so that you can find out how she can help your business, check her out at helpmybiz at bizsupportpros.com. Do stick around. We'll be back in just a moment on the Imagine More Success radio show.
I am Dr. Carl O'Helvey, founder, president of a new cancer foundation focusing on evidence-based physical, mental, and spiritual interventions, including natural cancer cures, prayer, meditation, affirmations, nutrition, and other related holistic cancer prevention and cure modalities. These are used in cancer education, research, and financing care. I ask for your help to continue this important work by donating at www.holisticcancerfoundation.com.
Little children aren't the only ones afraid of the dark. Millions of soldiers return from war zones with PTSD, anger, frustration, fear, and loneliness, much of which surfaces during the darkness of the night. You have the chance to change the lives of these American heroes. Songs and Stories for Soldiers.us provides free MP3 players for these men and women. With a list of 3 million songs in 16 different styles, 100,000 audiobooks, and 30,000 old-time radio programs, every veteran can find something to soothe and comfort them at no cost. All our players contain an 8-hour audio program designed to help veterans fall asleep. With 1,500 plus vets now participating, it's our goal to deliver 10,000 audio players this year. Go to our website at songsandstoriesforsoldiers.us. Help us help a veteran make it through the night.
The ability to access the knowledge of the universe is much easier for us to access than we may believe. Brad Johnson, Conscious Matrix Communicator, is one of these unique individuals who is able to access a strong connection to the universal mind. Through his connection, Brad has assisted thousands of clients from all over the world through natural intuitive assistance. The intuitive information received is vast, covering a wide range of subjects. Brad's innate ability includes being able to access one's own universal matrix to help them realize their potential to create a life of profound greatness. One-on-one private sessions with Brad Johnson are available to anyone from around the world. Brad is also a proficiently trained psychic, Akashic Records reader, an online spiritual teacher, founder of his own unique and powerful healing system, Body Regeneration Healing, as well as a professional conscious channeler in communication with his own higher self-consciousness known as Adronis. For more information or to book a service appointment with Brad Johnson, visit his website at www.consciousmatrix.com. That's www.consciousmatrix.com.
Welcome back to the Imagine More Success radio show. We're so fortunate to have you with us today. Thank you for joining us. You have Cindy and Thomas on. We just heard from Meredith Allen Gordon from BizSupportPros.com. Cindy, number one, I'm just excited to be able to have the chance to work with her. The vast amount of knowledge, the amount of experience, and the insight, coupling all of that with creativity and the second fastest worker I know. I won't put her ahead. I won't put her ahead of you because that would be crazy.
You're a smart man, Thomas.
But yeah, you two are like 1 and 1A, so that's pretty amazing.
Well, I just love Meredith. She is an amazing woman, and I'm so thrilled to have her on our team, which is why I'm sharing her with all the listeners. So
Brave,
I'm
Cindy.
hopeful that
Brave.
people will find someone that we have that can help get their business the way that they want it to be and do the work that, I mean, I've got 3 books to finish this year, so I need help.
And I know, and that's something that we were talking about in the first segment as well, the idea of delegating, the idea of sticking with the things that you do best and working on those things. And do you know how good it feels, Cindy, right? When you're doing something that you're really good at, that you actually love and enjoy, it just makes the day go by so much faster, and it's just a happier day at the end of it.
Well, but I also don't want to have people shy away from learning new things, because I have a story to tell in that when I was working in retail management for Casual Corner, I loved that company. I didn't really have any merchandising skills. Mm-hmm. And of course, if you're working in a clothing store, you've got to have some merchandising skills, right? So I decided I was going to be a great merchandiser, because if I wanted to be promoted to middle management, I had to know how to do that. And in the store that I was managing was one of the top ones in the country, and it had this huge 4-foot by 4-foot support beam in the middle of the doorway. It was like 10 feet back, and there was this big, ugly brown wooden support beam. So how are you going to make the front of the business look great with that ugliness? So I stood back and I looked at it and I thought, there's got to be something short of, bombing it to make it look better.
You get those guys from the HGTV to come take it out of there for you.
Yeah, really. So what I did was I called the maintenance guy and I said, can you put these bars up there for me with the power screwdriver? And so what I did was I hung a collection of clothing. So it was the backdrop instead of what you saw when you first walked in. And then when I had it finished, all you saw was this beautiful collection of clothing that all was coordinated and went together. So when the vice president came in and saw that, he was flipped out. It looked so good.
That's awesome. And that's true,
Yeah. So my point is that, take something that you're not very good at and get creative and figure out how to be good at it.
Yeah, and I think this is the thing. Yeah, you do want to spend time learning new skills, because the more skills that you have, the more money you can make, right? I mean, there's just so many more things you can learn about. As you learn about more things, you also learn about new opportunities and new ways to grow. The thing is this: you don't want to wait until you learn a skill in order to get something accomplished. That's vitally time sensitive. So yeah, in that case, there are these professionals out there like Meredith, who was in our previous segment, who can really help. And that just goes a long way into taking off the stress, taking off the heat. I mean, there was a guy that I knew from Austin, Texas, who was a day trader, and that was the number one thing that he would say. He would always say, I always work to take the pressure off of myself. And I always thought that was really funny because you would assume day trading is an extraordinarily pressurized situation, and it requires a lot of what most people would consider stressful conditions. And he said because of that, his focus is always to do the opposite, to take stress off wherever he can. So everything about his business was a way of de-stressing. And that always stuck with me. And I just think it's fantastic advice, regardless of what type of business you're in. How can you take the stress off of yourself?
Hire someone like Meredith, a VA, a business consultant, because you know what? I'm good at all that stuff, but I don't have time to do it anymore. So I want to share some really on-point tips for delegation to our listeners today.
Please do.
Because one of the positions I had 200 people to manage. And when I took on that job, all I could remember is walking around looking at all the work and all those 200 people. And I said to myself, oh my God, what have I done?
Must have seemed overwhelming, right?
Well, I was used to managing about 20 people in one location times 10. But anyway, I wasn't used to having 200 in one location at all hours of the day practically. And so here is what I learned that can help you too. The first thing is you have to have the right people, because you can delegate to the wrong person, get the wrong result. So first step, get the right people in place so that they can do the work that you need to have done. And then the second thing is you want to have the delegation in writing so there's no misunderstanding of what it is that needs to be done and when it's expected to be done. And if there are other points involved, you want to put those points on there so that they don't take half your staff to get the work done when they were supposed to do it themselves. So you want to be specific. And then you want to prioritize so they're not doing the thing that doesn't need to be done today and not doing the thing that does need to be done today. And of course, I always added checkpoints. So take them to one place and have them connect with you so that you can check the work so that you don't have work. I think we were talking before about undoing.
Yes. That's a great point. We talk about milestones, talk checkpoints. Having those checkpoints are so very important so that once you get there, you can make sure that you're still going in the same direction and that your end goal is still the same.
Right. I mean, and another point would be to make sure you have the right person for the right job.
You know, that's something I'd love for us to talk about in another show, definitely, is that idea of how to build a championship team, how to build a champions team, because finding the right person is so very, very important, right? Because there's so many things like we talked about actually in one of our earlier shows where we talked with Sharon Lynn Wyatt, where we talked about knowing someone's personality. And of course, she has her own science that she uses, the namology science, in order to do that. But finding someone who is a great match for you and your business, it's not as easy as it sounds, is it?
It's not, but I have been very fortunate to find good people and to make sure that, you know, they were the right one for the right job. And so you want to ensure there's understanding once you've delegated, because somebody can be shaking their head yes, and they're thinking, oh my God, what the heck is she talking about?
I know that happens. That certainly happens.
So once you tell them what you need to have done, you want feedback. So if you don't want to ask questions to ensure they know, say, okay, can you explain to me how you're going to approach this and how you're going to accomplish it? So then they have to talk about the work. And if they're talking about the work in a foreign language to you, then you know that you weren't clear enough for them to understand what you want done.
I think it's great points. Thank you, Cindy. That's really great advice. There's something else that I've noticed as well, is that when it comes to delegation, we're no longer talking about just delegating to people. We're also talking about delegating tasks to technology. And we're in a really interesting time right now where there are so many technologies available. And the nice thing is, as they improve the interfaces with the human beings, that you don't have to be as technically computer savvy as you did just a few years ago, but you do have to be on the computer or using it more, or utilizing technology more, because now it's available. But now you're not having to build it yourself, or really have this like really deep technical knowledge in order to get a lot of things done utilizing technology. And I, for one, am very grateful for that. So glad we've gotten here.
Well, I am so thrilled that we have choices with our technology. In fact, that would definitely help people with their delegation, because one of the things that should be also done is, if you let the person you're delegating to know if you're struggling, send me a text, because that's a lot easier than confronting you and saying, I don't know what the heck you were thinking giving me this job to do. They can just text you and say, I'm struggling a bit. Can we have a chat or something? So that gives them a heads up that there's something amiss.
Yeah, and if you've got some technology that you'd love to share with our program that you'd like for us to take a look at, or even include in a future show, go to our Facebook page and leave us a little comment there. Tell us about a technology that you utilize, which has really helped you in your business, can really make a big difference. And we'd love to feature it on the show sometime in the future. Because we love that. We love to hear what people would love to hear about, so that then we can bring you some really fun and interesting comment, as well as some really fun and interesting people to come and talk to you about them.
Yes. And my last point on delegation is to make sure you follow up on all the points that you delegated, because otherwise you're teaching the people that you don't go back and look.
So it's a when the cat's away, the mouse will play scenario if you don't keep checking up. Is that right?
Yes.
It could be.
Those are just a few of my favorites that have kept me on top of my game wherever I was.
And so we do appreciate that. And we thank you for joining us today. It was really fun to have you here. We loved having Meredith Gordon on the show as well. Do check her out at bizsupportpros.com. And do feel free to check out our website as well, imaginemoresuccess.com. And for the radio show, imaginemoresuccess.net, where if you want to go back and listen to some previous episodes, they are listed and you can download them or play them right from the page. And we do want to also encourage you to check out findhiddenmoney.com, where you can get courses on how you can increase the bottom line and the top line in your business. And thank you again for joining us. We loved having you here today on the Imagine More Success radio show. And do remember to realize your dreams and imagine more success.
If you are looking for a safe, zero-calorie, natural option to the harmful artificial sweeteners on the market today, Just Like Sugar is what you're looking for. Just Like Sugar is a wonderful natural alternative for those health-conscious people who choose a calorie-restricted diet with a great, pure, sweet flavor that tastes just like sugar. Just Like Sugar is a great natural option for people suffering from diabetes and may be useful in restricted diet programs where standard sugars are not allowed and does not cause a laxative effect of some other sweeteners. Just Like Sugar comprises a perfect blend of chicory root fiber, natural calcium, natural vitamin C, and Just Like Sugar's sweetness comes from the natural flavors from the peel of the orange. Just Like Sugar is a natural alternative to harmful artificial sweeteners and will change the way that you believe all natural sweetener products taste. Just Like Sugar is available at your local Whole Foods markets, Wild Oats markets, Henry's, Sun Harvest, and many other fine natural food stores in the U.S., Canada, and worldwide.
Memorable dynamic presentations are a not-so-secret weapon in the business world. Do you have a powerful message that must be shared, but you haven't found a way to deliver that message? Do you want to be known as a top public speaker who gets amazing results? Are you ready to create and deliver your powerful message? Thomas Hides can help you create and deliver your speech to get the results you desire. Visit iconquality.com.
Linnea Starr began to demonstrate a metaphysical connection to the spirit world as a little girl. Her family noticed the connection, but it was a great-grandmother who told the family that Linnea was indeed gifted. The great-grandmother, who was also gifted, felt that Linnea had indeed inherited these attributes. It has been noticed that oftentimes such things are passed down through the generations. Linnea was also born with a caul, a thin white membrane across the newborn's face. Legend has it that if the baby is born with this caul, the child will have second sight, or what we call psychic abilities. Linnea's star does past, present, and future, and has the gift of prophecy. It is written within scriptures that if you are able to give factual information and prophecies indeed come true, the gift in TAR.com.